Is everyone good?
Everyone good? Ask a question.
No, not everyone is good.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, your reaction to the judge's ruling today dismissing your motions to
Step up to the mic.
They couldn't prove these murder cases on the facts. They'll prove it when pigs fly. It is impossible if you're that intoxicated. Look how silly that argument was that he was in the loading dock. What they're going to do is, an indictment is not proof of anything. The judge took, the simple way out. But as far as beyond a reasonable doubt, what this is, I told them I don't want this guy out there. They want him out there to make a show of this. This is not a show. This is not a trial that should be tried in the press. This is a lovely kid. All right, he made a mistake. He should be convicted of what he did, not this overcharging. I have all the respect for the DA's office, but there's a lot of pressure from the MTA. And this is not the way the case should go. Now, obviously, they have a case, but how in the world are they going to prove that he had a conscious intent, number one, to get in that car, and number two, that he appreciated that by getting in the car, there was a chance that someone would die. Non-existent. You don't, and they're making no offers on the case like he's a mass murderer. How many intoxicated driving cases have you seen in New York where people have been killed, and what happens? None of this happens. It's the first time that I've seen, and I'm doing this for a minute, that these charges were made. There's a guy in California who killed 5 people, had a defense that his mother was too nice to him. That was, now, I'm not saying he shouldn't do time if he did the crime, and I'm not saying I don't feel sorry for the deceased. Seems like a very nice guy, and I'm not that way. I voted for Reagan, but there has to be fairness, and there is no fairness going on here now.
Can you say and spell your name, please?
That's Harvey, like the rabbit, Slovis, S is in Sam, L is in love, O, V is in victory, I is in intelligent, S is in sad.
Thanks, Harvey. Thank you, Harvey.
Thank you, Harvey.
Bye. Now you can talk to the other side. They'll say, oh, what a terrible thing. All right, see you.
See ya.
Oh, one thing you should know, I try to have him not come out. They insisted on him coming out to show the MTA. Crazy.
Ma'am? Everybody ready?
Yeah.
I'm standing here with the common law wife, as well as his daughter, and members of the union who came here to support her. Today, Judge Carroll ruled that the indictment stands, which means all charges, including murder, grand larceny, burglary, stand for a jury to make a determination with regard to what happened in this horrible tragedy. What we want is justice for this family. This family has suffered the most horrible loss possible. The loss of her father, of the man she lived with for over 30 years, a man who simply went to work as a bus driver, serving the people of New York, and was killed wrongly. We look to a trial to get justice, and at the end of the trial, when justice is done, that the maximum sentence be imposed for the crimes charged against this defendant. His common law wife of 30 years, the mother of their child, will speak.
I want to thank Judge Carroll for the ruling, and I want will be to get the maximum sentence for what he did. Our lives has changed forever, and that life has a price. Thank you.
And now, one second, before we take questions. And we'll do it in Spanish. Go ahead.
Again, this morning, folks, you see our 38,000 members are standing strong, right? Because we can't afford to be leaving home every morning, every night, the AM shift, the PM shift, or the mid shift, to come to work to make an honest living, an honest dollar for our families, and then be murdered. Our 38 members this morning is standing strong to fight for the right, for fair justice, for the Pena family and the family of our 38,000 members. We are going to continue to stand and fight for fair justice.
And now in Spanish, if you would.
I don't know
Use
how to
Spanish?
translate those words in Spanish. I know some of them, but not all of them. I can say what I know.
You're Mr. Pena's daughter. Can you talk about how much it meant to you to hear that the judge was keeping all the charges? Can you step up?
I honestly don't want to speak. So.
All right, she's not comfortable speaking, but she'll speak.
For you, when you see him in court and when you face him, what are the emotions that run through yourself?
It's horrible to see that, this young man, especially the first day he was produced, he walks into the courtroom with a huge smile, like he has no remorse for what he did. And, our lives has drastically changed forever.
But today, what was it like today seeing him? Not that first day, today.
Well, it hasn't changed. It's still, it still hurts. It feels like every day we're in court, we're reliving this tragic death every single time we're here. It's like like when we got that phone call, and it's like at the same time, like we're reburying William every time we're in court.
Any other
Spell your name,
questions?
please.
Nancy Rodriguez, RODRIGUEZ.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
What was your name?
Earl Phillips?
I'll say Spanish what I know,
Yeah.
but not all those fancy words.
All right, why don't you just try a little Spanish?
Hoy aquí estamos luchando por la justicia de William Pena. Estamos aquí tremendamente heridos por lo sucedido y queremos que ustedes nos den soporte cada vez que estemos aquí en corte. Septiembre 10 de 2014 es la próxima vez que tenemos que estar en corte. Y quiero darle el agradecimiento al juez Carroll por las decisiones que con mantener todos los cargos.
¿Qué usted esperaba en septiembre 10?
No sé lo que va a suceder septiembre 10, pero sí lo que digo es, yo, mi hija y nuestra familia queremos la máxima sentencia. No estamos aquí solamente luchando por la justicia de William, sino de todos los choferes que están aquí llevando gente para sus casas, sus trabajos diarios. Lo que queremos es justicia y nada más.
I missed the first part of what you said in English. Just what are you hoping to see when this thing eventually does go to trial? If it does go to
We
trial?
want the maximum sentence and nothing else. We want no plea bargaining. We want the maximum sentence. Our lives changed forever. Mr. Wilby is still alive. He's still, he's got a whole life ahead of him. We will never, ever see William again.
¿Y cómo ha sido su vida sin su esposa después del lamentable incidente?
Nuestra vida ha cambiado drásticamente, emocionalmente, financially. Es muy emocionante. Cada vez que nosotros vamos al cementerio, cada vez que oímos el nombre de William, la vida de nosotros nunca va a ser igual.
¿Cómo usted se sintió cuando vio?
Fue bien emocionante porque un muchacho joven que por hacer algo tan negligente, no beber como una persona debe responsablemente, nos quitó a William de nuestra vida y nuestra vida nunca va a ser igual.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you very much. And I want to thank everyone for coming. September 10th is the next day. Thank you.
Sorry.
Hey, ma'am. Turn that chair right there. Here's some backup material. Thank you. Hey,